Well. Kia ora, everyone, and welcome back to Humankind. This is part 3 of our wonderful Humankind playthrough, and we left off transcending into the next era. So we can choose a new culture, or of course we could, and something that we overlooked last time, would be to choose the same one. We could transcend this culture. We can keep the culture we currently have into the next era. It'll improve our fame gains, but our emblematic units might become outdated, and so on and so forth. I think we will try something new. And I think, as the title suggested, we're going to choose something to do with growth. I know last time we talked about, well, do we want to do growth, or do we want to do war? But I think we'll go growth. And something that caught my eye when I was making the thumbnail was the English. I sort of at first thought, oh, maybe the Khmer, +1 food per district, +1 industry per population. That sounds really good. But then +3 industry on farmers' quarters. We can make our farmers' quarters industrial quarters as well. So that tempts me too. The stronghold is more defensive than I would like. The longbowmen are very strong. I'm actually less interested reading the rest of the English than I am about just purely vassals' labor. So maybe we'll keep scrolling through, see if anything else piques our interest. I'm not interested in unit costs. Diplomacy, no thank you. +50% food on city or outpost. Interesting. And actually another pretty cool science building. +2 influence per adjacent district. Increased science also provides us with some faith. That could be a fun way to go, science and faith. That's probably my second favourite one. But I'm really tempted here by the Khmer. +2 industry per industrial workers. +1 food per district. +1 industry per population. +2 industry per adjacent river. And +1 worker slot. Okay, yeah, we're going to do it. And also this elephant unit looks absolutely fantastic. So let's do it. Welcome along to everybody who's joining me live as well. Nice to see you in the chat, Jake Barge. Don Clark says, bro, I just spent the last 5 hours getting smacked in a giant Civ 5 game. Oh, who are you playing as? Tell me more. Okay, let's do it. We're becoming the Khmer. In fact, it'd be fair to say we've already become them. Yes, and so we sort of thought about going to war with these guys, but I think we'll just keep stationed on their border. Likewise, I'm happy to have this unique unit here in Sus, and while it is tempting to jump down and harass them, I'm going to remain in and around the city. Maybe I'll take the high ground, because we do have enemies to the north, enemies to the east, enemies to the west. Here is a peaceful faction that we could influence with all of our gold and influence. Let's do it. Let's chuck a bit of money at them. They distrust us quite a bit because we're quite different. Let's not throw too much at them just now then.
Wisdom and technical innovation.
Shall I be quiet and let this play?
Bring humankind new knowledge.
Well, I'll let it play, but
we
also
use it
Devilish
new ways
just
to kill
joined.
each other
Welcome
off.
along, friend. $1.99 super
Greater
chat. Thank you
empires
kindly.
with
Says
more powerful
first.
armies.
Sorry, I missed it yesterday. I was
Brute
working.
strength may be defeated by
All good,
superior
friend.
innovations.
All good. Thanks for joining. Nice to see you.
It is brains versus brawn.
Right, it's brains versus brawn, yada yada yada. Very good. The Nubians feel differently about us. They've changed their trade by the looks. They've decided to keep their culture, which is interesting of them. I feel like we just need to try all the different ones we can. So I'm happy to pick up the noobs. So now we are the Khmer Empire. We must reach the highest fame score to win the game. So we should maybe focus in a little bit more on our goals as well, as we start to move through the eras. But for the time being, let's keep rolling. Looks like we might have a civic to unlock. Yes, indeed. +1 science per researchers, +1 science per number of trade routes. We're pretty keen on the researchers. And we are but 4 influence away from grabbing that, so we'll grab that next turn. Classic. Oh yeah, and we've got our forest choppers. Any forest choppers? providing some extra production for this city, although it looks like we've sort of exhausted all that we could. Let's perhaps bring them up this way. Maybe get ready to take that out little island in front of us. Thebes needs something to produce. I'm really quite keen to get some more infrastructure in place. So you can see we have a lot of river tiles in the city, and then we have farmers' quarter and some pyramids to boot. I think we should probably go with the river buff again in that case. So let's go +2 food on river. Yeah, we'll do that. And then let's actually queue up. We could do a festival, but I'm not feeling particularly festive today. I'm not feeling particularly festive. I think we'll get another district down, perhaps our unique one. Let's queue up a beret. So +1 food per district, +1 per population, and it gets a river adjacency bonus. So the river is going to do us really well. Holy moly. +17 food, +20 production. My goodness. I'll take that. Oh my, wow. We need to make sure that we queue up those as soon as we can. Here's another one. We don't have any river tiles that we can attach it to, but we can still get the adjacency bonuses. Provide it here for a little bit of science, which is always nice. Where do we get the best yield is what I'm most interested in. There's quite a productive one. I think I'll plonk her down right there, grab the little science buff out of it as well. We may as well. And then, likewise here, we'll chonk one of these down. Very good. And that is us. We're away laughing. Yeah, g'day, Innovate. Innovate. Sorry. That's an E, not an I. Okay, so we've rolled through into a new turn, which means while I remember, we can jump into the society menu. Hello, society menu. Wherefore art thou? Ah. Okay. Well, we'll do that when we can. Turn pending. Why? Oh no, looks like we're all good now. It was just thinking. It just needed a minute to think about that turn. It was a particularly confusing turn. Okay, so we've got this one, and we're grabbing that, which is +1 science per specialist. How are we doing with our religion? Actually, well, we are converting. We are slowly spreading our filthy religion across the world. What are, I think it's Egyptian shamanism from memory. I'll counter that offer because that was a very expensive offer, and I'm not entirely sure if trade in this game is worth 500. 507 gold that was for unrestricted trade. I'm just not sure if that's a good buy for us right now, to be honest. Right, scouts, do we have any land we want to lay claim on? Potentially just that one up the north, but we've got that army ready. This land here is still unclaimed, and then these guys are a real pain in my side. Let's get a scout, get a little bit more visibility over what's going on down here. This should be a... Ah, you would think that we'd be able to see the world from here, but apparently not. Interesting. And this army's making their way up through Denial, which is building a city watch for a little bit of extra stability. And what a beautiful city it is too. My goodness. Okay. The hunting party still can't get as much visibility as I would have liked. Maybe here? It's pretty average. But we'll station ourselves there for a couple of hot minutes. We got our unique district down here, which is hugely important for us. Let's back it up by... What is the city doing well? Not a lot. It needs growth. It's a new baby city, and it needs all the growth it can get. It's a pretty average... It's pretty average because it doesn't have water. Or really any good farmland. I can squeeze one in there, but it's only +3 food. That's pretty piss poor, to be honest. Perhaps we can get more bounty from the sea. Yes, it looks like we can. That's a pretty reasonable improvement. That's probably the best district I can build right now. It will get us some food. So let's do that. Let's get a harbour. Let's get the world's most useless harbour. Man, the Russians would envy that one. My goodness. And get down this unique district. Woof. +5 food, +19 production, and +2 science. And it only takes a 10% debuff. That's fantastic. Woof, woof, woof. We're going to grow these cities. Big and tall. Big and tall. Hello, mate. Hello, David. Depends on how long it would take you to regain your gold from the trade deals. Yeah, and I'm just not sure, Devilish, exactly how much open trade yields in comparison to what I've already got. Which is trades for luxuries. +2 influence in the main plaza. I'm not mad at a little bit of extra influence. Again, this city is still quite small, though. We've built a lot of districts, but it's still relatively small. Farmland is a little bit of a concern for it. +1 food per farmer's quarter, per adjacent farmer's quarter. We might need that. We don't have a river, so flood irrigation, not very useful. +2 food per farmer's. And +1 slot. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. We'll get some extra slots, get that going. Future-proof ourselves. Oh, and brilliant. We have a new civic. It's land rights. It's land rights. The Magna Carta, private property, so on and so forth. Man, we're growing. So we can enact communal land or inherited land. Communal land will modify create outpost cost by 20% and +10% industry. Or we can grab the +10 stability in all cities and +5% industry. Plus, it allows us to claim, attach, and merge more territories with money instead of influence. That's really good. I think that +10 stability will allow such incredible growth. Copy and combine, rather, that with a 5% industry buff. I think that's pretty good. That'll be the one we'll go for once we have enough influence to actually get shit done. Because we are still throttled a little bit because I sort of overclaimed and maybe perhaps didn't quite have the right to do that. So we'll see how we go. 29 turns to get around there, hey? Apparently it's connected. Should we do it? No, absolutely not. Any foresty forests for us to chop down? There's a woodland. That'll do. Maybe. Right, so they've sent us the same deal again. I'm going to accept it this time. Let's see. Let's see how this goes for us. We can trade everything with them. I will buy your sage. And as soon as I can, I will buy your extra salt as well. Brilliant. Thank you, friend. Much appreciate. Speaking of much appreciate, let's get another beret down. It's more food, it's more industry, slightly less stability, but needs must. Look at that. 29 production, 29 industry from plopping one down up on that hill. How could I say no? And then we will want to probably also help this one out with a little bit of food. Although, actually, its growth is not terrible already. Maybe we lean in a little bit more on the industry front and grab +5 forest and woodland, mountain. These must be... They're actually all forest. And I haven't chopped them down. Strange. We'll have to take advantage of that. Oh, and here we go. This is one of the things that I love the most about this game. A blossoming of beliefs. Okay, so religious feeling is strong across the empire, but that is not preventing discord from emerging from among the faithful. Oh, okay. A little bit of faithful infighting. You gotta love to see it. Great cities are finding themselves under the sway of diverse religious leaders. Right, new religious orders are emerging every year. Okay, so what we're seeing is a bit of fragmentation. And That's to be expected as societies grow. What route do we want to take? So we could dissolve, we can influence, or we can lead. Um, Do I want plus 25% faith, plus 5 faith, plus 25% faith? Okay, so do we want to lead? As world leaders of faith, it is our duty to strengthen it. Do we want to influence? Each citizen must find their own way. Or do we want to dissolve? We are one faith and should not allow fracturing of our religion. I think so. I think we don't want fracturing, we don't want dissidence, we just want one harmonious Egyptian shamanism. So we're going to go with that. Who knows what the ramifications of that will be down the line? Who knows? We shall see. Okay. And yep, that is indeed a forest we can clear. Let's chop it down, provide a little bit of extra production into denial to help it with what it's got going on. We should queue up something extra just because I don't want to lose any benefits. I don't think we would, but we should do it nonetheless. And I'm keen to... So this tile is really good because it's going to provide plus 15 food and plus 20 and provide some adjacency bonuses to the surrounds. So I think we'll grab that. Ooh, I just hear a super chat come in. A Jake Budge! Thank you so much. He just simply says, keep up the great work. Wow. I don't know if it's that great, but I appreciate your great work. So why don't you keep up the great work, man? No, but seriously, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in at a weird time and day for me to be streaming as well. I thought we should take advantage of Humankind Closed Beta, so I thought I'd do 3 special streams, this being the last of the 3. Okay, knowledge is power, which is great because that increased our cap. There's another cap increase here. Here we go. Provincial Administrator. We're going to go straight for Provincial Administrator just to get that other cap because that's going to free up... oh, no, I misspoke, didn't I? Other cap is actually at Theology. Soon we will get our first cap. Yikes. But, all good. Could you get out of my land? I don't know how I feel about this. What's our relationship with these guys?
You have news?
Let's have a look at our treaties. We tolerate skirmishes at the moment. And the Romans will always trespass. Okay, Rome. Get out of my land. I'm going to send my hoplites at them. We're going to have a wee skirmish. Oh, and just like that, they're out. But we'll follow. We'll follow suit. We'll pursue. Because we're not going to let this... We're not going to let this nonsense slide. We're not going to let these invaders just harass us in our own lands. You should head that way. We can get a pincer maneuver going on. Really scare this guy out of town. Let's do that. Let's do that. We've got these hoplites, and they look pretty sick, if I don't say so myself. And then we've got these absolute barbarians who have been with us forever, basically, at this point. So, between them, I think we can probably slay a couple of Romans. And they actually decided to go nowhere. Oh no, it's a big cliff. Yikes. But we can do it, and they'll actually retreat down into our other unit, which is pretty... Well, they may retreat down into our other unit, which would be pretty hilarious. Let's instant resolve it. And looks like they just fled. No doubt... Oh, I'm sorry. They did not flee. We actually just killed them immediately. We only took 15. Look at that. Well, I mean, it was massively in our favor. Massively in our favor. And a little bit of growth. A little bit of growth in the rest of our cities. So where are these Romans exactly? They are way over here. And then it looks like they forward settled into the Orange Land. And now they're pinned, what, between a rock and a hard place here? Yeah. Well, actually, they could easily expand there. And we don't know what lies in the great beyond. But either way, they were pretty far from home. This is our only closest connection, so we may as well actually explore what on earth is on the other side of these hills. We don't even know, because we just randomly acquired this city-state, which is what it was. We, we don't actually know what's beyond it, which is kind of weird. Let's go city growth. That'll favor food and industry, but not money and science. But just for a little bit, while it's still a bit small, I'm fine with doing that. We do also want to keep an eye on these guys, so we'll keep our crappy scout unit just sort of meandering about. In fact, we'll put it on observe, I think. And then over in Sparta, what does Sparta do best? Is what I find myself asking. It's got a lot of science. It's got a lot of science. Let's get +1 science per researcher and 2 slots. That would future-proof it really well, but not really provide a lot of immediate bonus, whereas a school would. So let's get a school, vital infrastructure for any growing civilization. And then I feel like because our stability is quite high, we can get away with building another research quarter. The game is suggesting I do it here. It'll provide 8 science there. That is probably the best yield we're going to get. I'm a little disappointed, though, that it's right on the edge. These edge tiles, of course, are not great because we can't get adjacency bonuses around them. So I sort of think, oh, it's 8 there, it's 6 there, but we lose the production because we've already improved that tile. So that's a little bit unfortunate. The other one, we could choose to lose 3 here and provide some adjacency bonuses, but it's all good. We'll do it. We'll pop it there. It's an extra 8 science. You gotta love to see it. And how are we doing with influence, actually? We can nearly, I think, buy that civic that we wanted before, but we also just got religious tolerance. +5 influence on territories under a religion's influence if territories follow the state religion. So we'd get +5 influence. We'd get a lot of +5 influence. Or +5 faith on territories under a religion's influence. Unlocks action heresy. Adds a new grievance against empires with a different state religion. That is interesting. I was almost certainly going to go the +5 influence, just because I like that. Let's see what the other benefits would be. +10 stability and +5 food. This one provides +10% food, having already got the stability. So, what do we want to take? Religious hostility is pretty funny. Let's be hostile in our religion. I think that's a fun idea. And everything else on these menus looks to be all good. I've just got a couple of things that need fixing. We need to queue up some stuff here, I think. What shall we queue? Oh, we've already built one of those. Unlucky. We've got some river tiles that are still really desperate to be farmed. We can also get +7 food and start providing some food adjacency bonus out this way, if we so desire. Not sure if we actually do. Let's have a look at what the city... Actually, yeah, the city is really short on food slots. So let's just wham all of the food infrastructure in, and then support that with another farmer's quarter. That'll help. That'll set up Thebes nicely for massive growth moving forwards. Sus is in a really bad spot in terms of terrain, so it won't benefit a lot from flood irrigation, but +2 food per our 2 farmers, that's a nice improvement. Let's grab that. Stability is decreasing faster than I would like, so I'm also going to get a garrison district, and we're going to place it sort of intelligently for a change, right here on this hill, near the enemy. We'll get a defensive sort of wall going on. Maybe we'll build a wall. I don't know if we'll actually build a wall. Citation needed. Citation needed. If your neighbors build things in your common border, does that affect adjacencies? Hostile! Yes, I believe it does. Yep. Unfortunately, for the case of what I was talking about before, the tiles weren't really workable, but yes. Yes, David, I believe it does. The Huns now feel differently about us. You right, Hun?
Greetings, but that's all that you're getting.
What treaties do we have with them? Absolutely nothing. They hate us, really. Grievances. When a grievance is triggered, the aggrieved side's war support increases. You're concerned for the people of Nash under the Huns. We demand that she gives us Nash. Two demands are accepted or withdrawn. All trade between your empires will be suspended and borders will be closed. I don't think I'll make that demand. I don't think so. Although they are feeling hesitant toward us. They're unsure of our intentions. So what does that mean? Unclear. Perhaps not a lot. Oh yeah, this archer was just felling trees. Keep up the great work. Doing exactly what you trained to do. Ah, yes, and we can finally have a look down here. What have we actually got? What does the rest of our empire look like? And we can just sort of mosey around down here too. Very good. We're actually uncovering the world. My goodness. Oh yeah, so we got the harbour down. Really good for us. Because this city had pretty piss poor food otherwise. Let's get the fishery infrastructure upgrade for the harbour. Let's grab the fishmonger upgrade as well. And then let's try and support it with something that will actually make this lake harbour a little more useful. Perhaps we can get a gold adjacency on the harbour. Yes, we can. Looks like this is the best spot for that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's do it. Let's buff the harbour even more. The fisheries will help too. I like it a lot. Okay, great. Oh, and we have another civic to explore. Man, I love this civics tree. I just love the Skyrim feel. It's just, it's so cool. What do we get? It's one right on the outside of the tree. I don't know if that matters. Let's have a look. Industrial production. Question is, who should own our most important industries? Do we want them nationalized or do we want them privatized? the greatest question ever asked. So we can get, if we nationalize them, the peasants, +1 farmer slot on city, and plus 10% industry. Or we can shift over to privatize industries, get +10 stability, +5% gold, +1 trader slot per market. I actually kind of think that nationalized industry is probably going to be better for us in that case. Full closed market economy, so to speak, is what we'll probably embrace. Hey, Block of Chalk turning out in the chat. Good to see you, friend. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, yeah, and Jake Barge, congrats. You're now officially not just a newbie member, but a 2-month member. Wicked. Thank you. Thank you for your ongoing support. Seeing, I think there's 3 two-month-long members in the chat now. Or at least I've seen 3 of you in this episode. Should we get this hoplite to chop down some of these forests? We may as well. May as well chuck a bit of extra production into sus. The Assyrians reached the ancient era. Oh my goodness. Somebody's a bit behind. Maybe we should go to war with these guys. And because we're an absolute religious fanatic, we're unlocking these religious civics. So this one unlocks action banish population. And this one unlocks Inquisition, which sacrifices a pot for stability, whereas this sacrifices a pot for money. I don't think we need that just right now. Wow, you guys are cooler than me. It's not about coolness. Oh, brilliant. And we can upgrade our religion. You'll see down the bottom here, we've gathered enough faith to add another tenant to our religion. So we picked up the extra money from territories. Now we can pick something up in tier 2. Interesting. What would we like? So we can get +10 influence on holy sites. Industry in the capital. Food in the capital. Lot of stability in the capital. Gold or science. Interesting decision. Let's have a think. So, Denial is actually by design meant to be a scientific city, but we've got it on mega high growth. We might swap it off that, although if we don't have 5 farmers in, the city starves. But that's kind of the city's problem. And if we unlock one of these, we could actually just convert people into stability, which is an interesting shout. We'll think about it. But for the time being, I'm happy to move someone off money and onto food, just so that we don't starve. But keeping people on science, because that's the whole idea. So if the whole idea is for Denial to be good at science, then let's use our faith. I just got distracted by this tooltip. Cool, thank you. Let's jump back into the tenants, and let's, in that case, I think, probably buff science in the capital. Plus 25% science in the capital, and another holy site, which is good because we get yields from our holy sites. Like, they're really good. Yes, look, it's the Egyptian shamanism. Let's choose the tenant. We can do it. We're all calling the house the Kiwi boy. Oh, and I just heard this. Oh, no, it wasn't a super chat. Must have been a new subscriber. Welcome along. I missed your name. I'm sorry, but welcome. You may or may not have been the 1700th channel subscriber. Not sure if that's a claim to fame or not, but it may be a thing. Cool. So now we have plus 25% science in the capital, which feels really good, and also makes me feel like we should just really pour people in. What does that do to our production? It slows it down, but it doesn't slow it down something horrific. What does it do to our science? For the time being, I'll leave it on 4. Just that was just slightly too long for my liking. It's building that barrier. We should really go bolster the walls on science here, I think, and build another science district, right? We should make the most of our science in the capital now. And let's actually also get to work on stone rings, which is another holy site. Black Croc, welcome. We sent for Kiwi Boys in the stream. Do not. Oh my goodness. The more you know. The more you know. Okay, anyway. Let's chuck down this holy site. I don't know where to put it. I never know where to put it. Do I put it somewhere that is just entirely useless because it doesn't get worked? Or do I put it somewhere to try and get adjacency bonuses off it? I never know. I feel like adjacency bonuses is the way to go. Most likely. I wonder if it synergizes with the pyramid. Let's build one next to a pyramid, see what happens. One city's participating, so we'll just chuck all of the cities onto it and just pump it out as soon as we can. Sparta's pop's grown again. Oh, a new wonder can be claimed. I'm pretty interested in claiming one of those. Wow, that was... Oh my god, the frames. Please don't crash. Look at this. Look at this. Has he finished? I think he's finished. What is he? What are you? Why are you here? Get out of here. What the? Where's our nearest unit? 1,000,000 miles away. We should probably work on that, actually, shouldn't we? Maybe we get... Let's see, what's our best unit? What's our best unit money can buy? A ranged archer, a chariot, 28 strength, 16, 25... I mean, this is our new unique unit, so let's get one of these. Let's chuck it in first. And buy it. Because why not? Why the hell not? Now I'm, like, nervous about fortifications and stuff. Oh, we do need actually a little bit more stability. Plus 15 stability from a public fountain. You betcha. You bet your backside I'm building a public fountain. I just got a little bit... I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, that unit distracted me. Oh, because the wonders. It was the wonder screen, wasn't it? It absolutely crashed. It almost crashed the game. It was so close. Let's have a look at these unclaimed wonders. We have enough influence to grab one. So if we don't want to grab a civic, which I don't think we need to, we may as well claim one of these. Let's do it. What would be most beneficial to us and what's coolest? So we get the Angkor Wat. It's a whole load of stability. Yeah. So these wonders are additional holy sites basically, but they don't count towards the cap, which is very cool. So we got +1 food per faith, +25% war support. +1 faith per researched tech. +20% turns before being meh. Militia are not lost over long sieges. Meh. Vision height and vision range. Tempting, but meh. And then finally, +1% science per district on city or outpost. I like +1 food per faith. And +40 stability. Let's get the angle. What? Oh yeah. I like that a lot. This unit has just been chopping down forests for the last forever. But I'm kind of happy to just let them chill out and do nothing. Is there any other forests we can chop? There's one. Go on your bike. Speaking of on your bike, send that chariot archer this way, just to sort of put the boot down. Why don't you spend your gold more? Because I forget. David, I'm horribly forgetful when it comes to gold. Shall we spend some gold now? I mean, it's always nice to have some in reserve, because, you know, you never know when you might need to buy a whole load of units. But I do forget. And chat called for Notre Dame for science. Yeah, David, that's fair enough. Innovate says Forbidden City, because China is watching. Also wouldn't have been a bad shout. But it's too late. I've taken the angle. What? Do all the streamers get it? I had no idea. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being boring. I thought I was being fun. Gutted. Let's get the other +1 city cap from Theology. Chop down all the forests. Brilliant. Let's contribute to the shared project. Get that out of the way, and then we can do Angkor Wat. A watery grave. The great coastal city of Thebes sends fishing crews far up. One of the crews made a discovery. They found a galley. They scouted it. Experienced divers went to explore. They warn that the expedition isn't for the inexperienced. Shall we do it? So we can mobilize. Our militia can explore the wreckage alone. We can contract a professional, so we won't have a chance of unexpected consequences. Or we can protect, which will provide +25% faith for 10 turns. I think we contract a professional. We pay a professional, which is also simultaneously spending my gold, and get the job done. Let's do it. Let's complete that farmer's quarter. Let's not rush complete that. Because I can't spend gold on that, unfortunately. And... oh, look, old mate's running away from us. Chase him down. What is he doing on my holy site? Okay, I actually feared it was like some kind of weird religious unit, but I think they're just scouting. So we'll just post up next to them with our chariot and scare them a bit. Brilliant. An era star. Love to see it. What else do we need to do? Destroy military units, obtain techs, money, and build districts. Cool. Okay. That's good. That's good. Everything is going well. I don't watch others, lol. Love it, Jake. I mean, the sheer it's one turn away. We don't need to invest too much else into it. We buff the couple of little river tiles that we have. Our stability is fantastic. We've got 2 science infrastructure rural upgrades to do here. Firstly is to build a school, and the secondly is to build a library. That'll not only buff our scientists, but also allow us to have more. So we can increase both our quality and our quantity. Amazing. And I can actually buy the school upgrade outright. Love it. That was an instant extra 10 science per turn in this city already. That's really good. It's really good. Also, what's really good is our influence production no longer has a minus 60 penalty from being 2 over our city cap. It's now down to minus 30, and I think in, 8 turns it'll be even lower still. And then we can go back and infill a whole load of technologies that I just completely overlooked. Completely overlooked. There are so many early techs that I just didn't get. It is what it is. I think we'll post up this unit on this hill. And now, I guess we'll just jump straight into the Angor say again. Let's put it right there. Cool. Okay, so now we've queued that up for production, and we can get all the other cities onto building the shared project as well. Just to hurry along the angle, we'll put everyone who can... oh, we've got slaves. Criminal slaves. +1 industry on Commons Quarter. Interesting. War slaves. +1 bonus population per ransack. Interesting. Well. We've got lots of civics to choose, actually, don't we? So we could shift back into the center there. Or we can go hard and banish the unbelievers. Let's do that. We've enacted banish unbelievers. Anything else that's fairly cheap? Nah. But we'll banish the unbelievers because I think that is hilarious. More forests? Because what else do you do with your phalanx? It's kind of a weird name. Sounds a little bit untoward. Anyway, we've got everybody, every man and their dog, and every woman and their child has gone to Angor. What? Someone entered the medieval era, so at least someone is on par with us. What? At least someone is on par with us. Uh-oh. Oh no. Pox. Is it the chicken variety? Today the Empire spans many cities and enjoys a period of peace. However, citizens are less worried about the horrors of war. They're more scared. Look at this guy. He's more scared about his chicken pox. Okay, so we can either heed or ignore the warning. So we can heed the warning. That will lock down our cities, which will increase stability but lose 10 production. Woof. Or we can ignore it. I think if society has taught us anything, maybe I take the L and heed the warning this time. What do you think? What do you think? I feel like we heed the warning. David, Inquisition has a synergy with criminal slaves. Good call. You get stability and a heretic workforce. Yeah. Love it. I'm going to heed that warning. I'm going to heed the warning of the pox, which is going to really hurt our production for a hot minute. But it's going to provide some stability, which is nice. We can spend money to get even more. We don't need to. And I don't think we would need to anywhere. Oh, we can do it there. May as well. We may as well buff our stability if and where we need it to push us into that top bracket. To really, really make sure that we're min-maxing all of our cities. It's like a really cheap upgrade, right? A really cheap upgrade. So we may as well do it. Across the board, IB's Reckoning. That can queue up the shared project after it finishes its market quarter. There it goes. You saw the wee, look at that, the wee fireworks. They're celebrating the fact that we've got 2 adjacent market quarters. Cool, another era star. Love to see it. We also did complete a couple of deeds. What else could we do? Build a railway line, conquer a continent, spread your influence, become leisure or a vassal, explore the world. Circumnavigate. Lots of world exploration needing to be done, which makes me think it might be actually time to get a boat. How about it? What do you think? We can get a quadrime. If we had a harbour district in Denial. Dolt. I mean to be in Thebes, don't I? Okay, Thebes. 2 turns for a quadrime? You betcha. I'm actually just going to buy it outright as well while I'm at it. Let's do it. Got gold to spend? May as well spend it. And I think I haven't explored with them much, but oh no, we don't have the technology to allow embarkment yet. I was just about to say, I'm pretty sure we can just chuck our units onto this, which we can if we had the technology to figure out how to walk along a wharf and onto a boat. Now, granted, could be a little difficult for these horses, which are literally the sizes of pyramids, I acknowledge, but I don't know, it feels like a bit of a letdown. Let's chop down that forest. Nathan Bruno! Hey, friend. Good to see ya. He says, get a boat. Read my mind. Read my mind. We're going to get a boat. We're going to do some sailing. Maybe even 2. Maybe even 2. See how we feel. Our influence is... God, we earn so much. We earn a ludicrous amount. Should we lay a claim on some other territory? I'm feeling like that's definitely something that we want to do. These guys have only got an outpost here. I sort of want this territory as the awkward thing. From the Huns. Who are absolutely pathetic. Yeah. We'll think about that. Think about that. While we're thinking about it, let's bring some units near the front line. Because it doesn't hurt. Jumbo's Ark. See if you can find a boat with a boat. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a huge amount of sense. And thank you to everybody who's liked the video, by the way. Thank you so much. We've got about as many likes as watchers, and I know it's probably not all the watchers, but still, it's nice to see. Okay, screw it. We're not going to have any units. We're just going to go explore. Let's go explore the ocean. See what the open ocean has to offer. 1 tile at a time. Okay, cool. We're starting to see some other dotted lines appear, which has piqued my curiosity. It's certainly piqued my curiosity. Let's see what this little boat can do. Next turn. Then population loss. Show me why. There's another era star. Yeah, this is a weird one because it's attached as an outpost, but it's grown so huge that it almost wants to be its own city. I don't even quite know how it's done it. I feel like this is the one that I neglected, and yet somehow it's grown into a total powerhouse. My goodness. Let's help ensure it keeps growing. We'll queue up a farmer's quarter, and also, is the river buff useful at all? No. Not at all. Literally couldn't be any less useful. That's fine. We will grab that one though, and then I'm quite keen on stoneworks as well. So I'll queue that up too. We may as well actually buy that farmer's quarter first. Spend our gold. I'm remembering to spend my gold! You should be so proud of me, chat. And Denial, go on, chuck your hat in the ring. Help us finish off this Angor. Say again? Sus. It's a pretty suspicious city, alright. I don't trust it as far as I can throw it. In fact, it's so suspicious, it really ought to be producing more military afterwards, shouldn't it? Let's get 3 hoplites. Let's get a good concentration of hoplites and sus, because sus is really right on a really awkward geopolitical boundary, sharing with our least favorite civilization in the game, our least favorite empire, should I say, the Huns, but also a whole load of other dudes, Romans, these random tribes that have popped up, these city-states. Yeah, it's a melting pot, and it's not actually connected because the Huns have laid claim here, which is so infuriating. I'd love to actually be like, hey, give me that, but we'll see. Next turn, oh, lost at sea. Later technology is required to automatically turn land armies into caravels that can travel across the water. Thank you for letting me know. Right, let's carry on. Out into true open ocean. Or have we made landfall again? I think we have. We might soon discover that the world is in fact round and that we live on a globe. I don't want to get too ahead of myself or spoil anything for anybody, but pretty sure we live on a globe. Pretty sure it's round. We'll see. It's a sus geopolitical boundary, Zed. You're right. The Huns are sus. Stop. Oh my goodness. So long as it's not a dinky raft, you'll be fine. Block, I think it is a pretty dinky raft. It has no one even on board it because we couldn't figure out how to get on the boat. I mean, how rinky-dink can you get? Oh, press freedom. We should shut that down. Although we're actually quite a liberal society, aren't we? We're a really interesting society, actually, as a whole. Minus 20% cost of cancelling a civic and minus 20% cost of enacting a civic. Or we can prevent empire revolution. We're actually a very stable empire, so I don't think we need to go propaganda. Let's give the people what they want. Let's get that work towards that sweet, fully liberal minus 20% cost there, and also some additional influence from our territory at a little bit of a cost of stability, but we can handle it. What the? We can definitely handle it, so we'll do that. Brilliant. Okay. It's going to take us 0 turns to get organized warfare. That's how janky my tech game is. We're just going to instantly get it because that was our leftover science from last time. Love it. Okay. We could figure out how to get stone walls. I mean, we will need to pick up all these early techs. Is there anything higher up that could... I mean, I could just keep pounding science. I could just... Let's do it. Maybe this will be the last one. Maybe? But then I'm close to the next era, aren't I? Ooh. Let's go alchemy. It's going to provide us with +1 stability per researcher, which means that the capital is going to have a lot more stability, which will allow it to grow. It'll also give us the alchemist workshop, which is +10% science upgrade. Love to see that. Organized warfare. Yep, instantly researched. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Oh yeah, and our poor boat, which has taken some big hits because it's lost at sea. Our army takes damage from rough waters every turn until it's destroyed. So let's try and get out of these rough waters and get back into calm waters. Look at this, next to an island. We're in coastal water again, which I believe will be calmer and also provide us with a bit of extra movement, hopefully too, because it's a bit more shallow. We can sort of speed about. What is this grievance?
So nice to hear from.
These guys are preventing the faithful from practicing their faith freely. Yeah, I'm going to have to demand
You
that.
can buy my forgiveness with gifts or with blood.
And that's immediately cancelled all of our trade, which will probably cause our empire to plummet. Was I a bit big for my boots? Probably.
Look,
Probably. Yep.
Look upon my magnificence.
Oh well. He's needy. Oh, he's so needy. Wait, they accepted? Huh? Oh, I didn't even realize. Did they? What? Why am I? Where? What? Where is the world? What? Oh my goodness. This is an all map. Oh no, we were just way out of the map. Okay. Did we just... I'm so confused. What on earth just happened? Oh, we got this. Oh, that is priceless. Okay, cool. Cool. Lily Borea. We can't connect it because we don't have the adjacent tile. If we can get Nash... Didn't we have a demand for Nash as well?
You
I'm pretty sure we did.
blades would be more
I'm pretty sure we had a grievance. Did we, dang it, we didn't lay claim. We'll refuse that demand, though, because we're absolutely not giving them $400. They'd like to trade luxuries with us. But I don't know if I want to do that.
Changed. I relent.
Look upon my magnificence.
Will we be able to increase the map size in the final game? I believe so, Zed. Yes, I believe so. So,
We've been going
I'm
nowhere.
really
Shall we
mixed
try
on
forward?
these guys.
Am I missing something?
I'm really mixed on them. Let's counter offer. They'll refuse it because they don't want to pay to trade luxuries. I also don't want to pay to trade with them. Why? Because I kind of just want to take Nash. I really wish we'd pushed that claim on Nash earlier, actually. Oh my goodness, look at this. These absolutely arid foreign lands with bountiful copper. Lovely, yeah. Absolutely lovely, Zed. You are. Sorry, I had the chat open. Okay. Should we chop down some more forests? No, we shan't. We shall get on the border with Nash. Unless there's a forest here to chop down. There is not. Let's monitor this because... I think we should bully the Huns and take Nash and then connect up this, because this is very vulnerable right now. Very vulnerable. Nice to see, though, finally we're within our city cap, so we're earning our maximum influence. Not that it really matters too much, because we are earning a shed load. But yeah. How do we get little Borea? We got a grievance against these green guys, and then pushed it, and they were like, okay, fine, and gave it to us. So, it's ours. So we completed Angkor Wat, which is another cultural bonus for us. Brilliant, 100 fame, love to see it. Now let's claim another one. So, I will put it to you. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds because I think the stream is just slightly behind. I'm just going to quickly grab a refill of my drink, not a coffee, a little bit late in the day. Type in the chat now, if you're watching live, which one of these wonders shall I pick? The one with the most comments in the chat. You're allowed to comment more than once if you want. The one that I see the most, I'll choose. Over to you, team. You've got 30 seconds. Let me know what you want. Cut to a quick ad break. Okay, and by popular demand, in fact, did anyone say anything apart from Notre Dame? No. Okay. Okay. Amazing. Notre Dame it is. By unanimous decision, we're going to get +1 faith per research technology, as well as +20 faith and another +40 stability from the ever wonderful cultural wonder that is Notre Dame. Let's claim it. Love it. And then, okay, so the Huns, again, they're putting up that offer. We'll counter it. They'll refuse it. It's just going to be a constant stalemate. That appears to be a little bit of an issue in the beta. Okay, Notre Dame. We can put it next to Angkor Wat, but that feels a bit silly. Let's put it up in denial. Let's put it up in the capital. Right in the desert. Love it. Okay, cool. And then as our cities free themselves up, like Notre Dame is, like the capital is, we'll just throw it in. Get all the cities producing it. Look at that. 4 cities in a turn. Not bad at all. And this boat is just sort of slowly cruising about. We'll come into the coastline, actually, and see if we can see any natural features. Mostly just a whole load of desert, although there is some forest there, so I'm wondering when we're going to get here. You know, like, how far does this land go? How much land do these noobs have? How much land do the Romans have? Did I expand quickly, or was I too slow? The Huns feel differently about us.
Your
Oh, they're now
empire is an
jealous.
enigma.
They're envious of our status, and we'd best watch our back around them, eh? Okay, I see you. Because we're much more powerful than them, their war support is much higher than ours, and we're benefiting from having them in our sphere of influence. They just hate us at this point. Which is fine. Declare a surprise war. We need a bit more war support, really, don't we? If we want to fight them, we're going to need more war support. We need them to do something annoying, or we need them to stroll into some open territory where we can have a wee skirmish with them. Trouble is, it appears like they just don't even have any units. Like, do we just go at them? Do we just declare war right now? The forest is part New Zealand. You've got the whole Oceania pack on your left. Oh my god, it is. Should we have a look at it? Doesn't look like there's much to it, which stands to reason. Okay, once us out, we'll chop down this forest and speed up the production of... I was going to say speed up the production of the... Yeah, speed up the production of the next one. And then queue up the shared project as well, just in case there's any left over. I don't want to waste any production. Cool. And we're still trading with the Nubians, so... Wow, that's a... You got a... What the... Oh, we'd quite like to take these guys. Let's pound some influence into it. And try and become patron of these guys. Buy their copper as well, because that's really good for us. And I've got so much gold, I don't mind. Now we're getting plus 11 per turn, which is brilliant. I don't really want to spend too much of my influence on praising them, but I'm happy to bribe them. Bribe them all day, baby. Let's bribe them again. There we go. Max bribery. I'll do one of these too. There we go. We're getting plus 15 now. So we're gonna absorb this into our empire, mainly because their army is huge, and I'm not scared of it because they're peaceful, but it would be nice to have such a profitable and prosperous city within our borders, don't you think? And we've got the gold, so we may as well take it. Let's merge these hoplite armies together. And for the time being, we'll keep them just stationed here, looking over what will soon be maybe ours. Maybe. Okay, so New Zealand turned out to be not much. That's fine. I'll pop up into these shallow waters. Have a look at this frozen wasteland. Looks like there might be maybe a way to make passage through here. Maybe. We'll end our turn and find out! Ugh. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Okay. A merchant from afar. Shall we dismiss or consent? Let's consent. Let's take a risk. We're happy to have weird Khajiit caravans come in and trade all the goods with us. Oh yeah, there's actually a lot of frozen wasteland around here, and looks like probably no way through there. Oh, it's a long way around. Maybe we can squeeze through in the north instead. We might. We'll have to try that instead at this point. Oh, cool. We've got a new grievance. Let's have a look.
It was not love or hate at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
We actually have 3 grievances with them. So we can demand that they convert to our religion. We can demand that they give us Subra, or give us... I actually think we should maybe force them into taking our religion.
You're as smart
They accepted.
as the cockroach attacking the boot.
Should we force this as well? Do I want that territory? Sure, let's see what happens. I don't think they liked that very much. Yeah, they didn't. That's fine. We've lost trade with them, but we'll pick it up again. We'll pick it up again. And we did just randomly pick up... randomly force them to to adopt our religion as their state religion. Which feels odd. Doesn't it? Look at this. Look at this religious overview. How fascinating is that? My goodness. Wow. We're building up actually quite a lot of... we're building up quite close to, I should say, the next tenant. Which I'll be really interested to see how strong it is. Sweet, and we can make passage along the top here, as expected. Hello, Marty McTimefly Travels. Marty McFly Time Travels. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to Humankind. Some really top tier Humankind. There's our third hoplite that we were building in Sus. So let's merge them together. That's now a fairly sizable army. But I feel like we can still get more out of it. How is our... my goodness, look at this. These guys have got like 11 troops. How is this doing? Independent people. But we can now assimilate them. Sweet. So the mercenary armies will disappear, but we will keep its defenders, its city defender armies. Defenders. Defenders. Mercenaries. I'll take it. 416 influence, and we'll start assimilating the Scythians into our empire. Start the process of assimilating this independent people. Instead of declining or disappearing, they'll become part of our empire. So the way that independent people work in this game, they're city-states, basically, but they sort of rise and fall, to use Civ language. Notre Dame, Junior. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, let's do it. So they disappear with time through the eras, basically. So unlike city-states in, say, Civilization, where they're just there forever, they just always exist until you kill them, these work very differently. They actually sort of much more organic. They, as I say, rise and fall over time. Which I really like. And if you're quick, you can assimilate them, which is what we've just done. We've just stolen them for ourselves. Thanks to a little bit, just a little bit of influence. These guys are feeling pretty vexed. Oh, they're assimilating that city-state. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So they don't like that we took their independent people. But also, the Aztecs annexed something that I want.
Don't let that bother you.
Shall I?
The Empire is grateful.
Let's demand that they take our religion, shall we, and see what they do.
Your false gods will lead
They hated
you
it.
to ruin.
I mean, it was to be expected. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. What we could do is jump down to the civics tree here, open up the civics, and we've got slaves, we've got land rights, and we've got this. This one is really good. I'm going to get that. In terms of land rights, we could go full into collectivism here, or shift slightly back away. Let's go full collectivism, communal land. And then +1 industry from the Commons Quarter? Should we get criminal slaves? Yeah, we should. Came here to see discounts, Civ. I don't know about that. I don't know about discount. Anyway. Oh, it is beautiful though. Gotta love it. Even just land with nothing on it. It's just pretty cool. We're nearly done with Notre Dame. So close. We've got all of our cities basically on it at this point. Shall we actually... Like, we could turn this into a city, but we're well onto our cap. But what we could do is... maybe, like, link some of these up. We could attach this outpost to Thebes. Let's do that. So now Thebes is like absolute mega city. I love that. So we've got a couple of outposts just sort of around Denial and around Thebes. Thebes is huge now. It's an absolute monster. Holy moly. Is it still on beta? Yeah, it's a Humankind Closed Beta live stream. This outpost is starving because it's an outpost, not a city, basically. We could just like banish someone, get a bit of extra money. Sure. Let's banish someone, get a bit of extra cash. But also up the stability. Holy moly, that stability is quite low. Because we've assimilated people into our empire, our entire empire's stability has fallen. So as a result, I'm going to queue up some stability buildings or some stability infrastructure. There's another +15. Also, we'll get the garrison buff. I might actually throw that in ahead of Notre Dame and buy it just to keep our stability on par. Are we struggling anywhere else? How is our new territory doing? Relatively low. We'll get it. Nah, we might as well finish Notre Dame first. We might as well, I figure. What's the difference between closed beta and open beta? David asks. With a closed beta, there are terms around around who can access it. There's some kind of limit, hence the closed. So in this case, it's only available to people who pre-ordered. For the most part, they're also giving away some keys, but for the most part, closed because there are restrictions around who can access it. Open beta, when it goes open, if it does, everyone will be able to play it. Yeah, Marty, a little bit of EU4. Obviously not nowhere near as deep. Like this is a, simplified mechanics, but yeah. Some of those more sort of 4X-y kind of grand strategy vibes from it. Totally agree. Hey, nice to see so many people tuning in live as well. Welcome along, friends. Good to have you. Sweet. Another era star. We are nearly ready to push through into era number 4. Remembering that I believe there are only 5 eras in the closed beta, so that's actually quite close to the end of the game, even though it doesn't sound like it. In the full game, there'll be 7 eras in total, I believe. Nope. And, oh yeah, so our merchant random event. So we let in the Khajiit. They brought their wares and tears and flares. And it looked like it paid off. Thieves' markets flourish, full of life and colour and tantalising smells. The decision to let the traders from a distant land into the city has paid off handsomely. Brilliant. And we get plus 15 gold for 10 turns. Nice. Not complaining. Nearly at 200 gold per turn. If it weren't for a little bit of army upkeep, we would be there. And the Scythian Neapolis, our brand new city, is doing just stunningly. Our brand new outpost, I should say. Perhaps we could consider attaching it to Sus, creating a mega outpost city. Of course, we'd have to make Sus. We'll think about it. The Huns are feeling different about us. Before they were jealous, now they're just hesitant. I kind of preferred them to be jealous in a weird way. We can't trade with them. Do we want to? No. Screw them. More forests to cut down? No, not within our borders. Let's observe. Wow. Did you see that? Sus? It was named Sus. It's pretty sus. But let's cruise over. Make it a mega city. Mega sus. Fuse it with... Should we do it? Mega sus. Super. Surely we call it super sus though, right? Super city. Super sus. I don't know. Notre Dame. Oh, and we did Notre Dame. So there's another 100 era score. We're doing really quite well now. Uh-oh. Our army is lost at sea. Are we not going to successfully circumnavigate the globe? Oh, the boat is really destroyed at this point. We'll just see how far we can go. We'll stick to the shallow coastals. Yeah, we'll stick to the shallow coastals for now.
Something to make our affairs more civil?
And the Huns want to trade. We'll counter, they'll refuse. We've been here before. We'll do it again. Alright, sus. Let's get you into the super city you're destined to be. What's up first? I don't even know where to begin. Oh my goodness. I guess food. Food's usually a good place to start. And sus is so low on food. Because it doesn't have any rivers. It's pretty crap. It's pretty crap. However... a little bit of science. We do it here and we can start maybe spreading some farms through, getting some food adjacency bonuses. I don't know. We'll try. Susburg? Susha? I like it. I like it a lot. Susha is my favorite one. Should be... jeepers. Wow, this is also a real megalopahujabopolis. It's fairly stable, but if we want to expand it any further, we will need more stability. So I'm going to throw in a public fountain. And then... the extra food on the river. It's got to be the extra food on the river. Athenai, you are one. Absolutely fantastic outpost. We've got the outpost of Sparta down here too. Which I I want it to be a city, to be honest. It's not, because it's sort of capped as an outpost. Like, it is quite disappointing. But we'll throw in some stability. We'll throw in some food. We'll just get its infrastructure improved really nicely, I think. Worcester sauce? Stop. All the production. And let's build on that even further and go all the production in Scythian Neapolis. A really nice little outpost. Right, so we are going to wrap up this live episode shortly. I was going to make this the last one, but I'm really enjoying it. I feel like, by the looks, you guys are. If we want to continue in future, what do you guys think? Should we have part 4? We could finish this playthrough. I'm not against it. Foreign war declared. The Huns have declared war on the Nubians. Oh, have they? Ooh. You know what that means? They are going to be woefully undefended at home. Also, they're going to be patrolling potentially these open lands, right? There may be lands where we can get access to their troops, although it looks like probably not, just because of these borders. It doesn't look like we're sharing a border with them, or at least not one that we can act on. We're enjoying it, but not in a sus way. A mood. A decision is expected of me here. They want to trade luxuries. We'll counter it. They'll refuse it. Oh, God. They just don't learn. They just don't learn. One day we'll just accept it. Oh, I do really want to declare that surprise war. They've got huge war support on us because we were an absolute savage to them in the early days. I wonder if this army can make it to open sea anytime soon. Oh, we could try around that way, hope for some... Nah, let's risk it. We'll risk it for the biscuit. Oh, look, it's just there. Oh, it's just out of reach. But, mission accomplished. We discovered the Great Blue Hole. Sorry, what? The Great Blue Hole? Wicked. Wicked. That's our first natural wonder we've discovered. The Great Blue Hole. Look at it in all of its blueness. Okay, looks like you guys in the chat are pretty keen to see some more. So, some more we shall do. Perhaps this time tomorrow. So if you're free, do join me this time tomorrow. We'll carry on. Part 4, maybe the last part. We might be able to get a victory. Might be able to take the... I was going to say take the V. We might be able to take the victory tomorrow. We'll see. But we're sailing around the blue hole. We're in open water. Hopefully we'll be able to circumnavigate the globe soon. Although look at how absolutely ginormous this map is. Holy moly. I mean jeepers. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. We need to start bullying our neighbours a bit more, I suspect. Great blue hole? Yeah, doesn't ring a bell, does it? Doesn't ring a bell, does it, Marty? Should we call it sus? Yeah, we should. Okay, well, that is going to conclude this episode. We made it to turn 117, and we are really, really getting quite close, I think, to progressing into era number 4. We'll pick up another culture. We'll consider going to war with our enemies. We'll keep building up our mega science cities. And until next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me. A huge shout out to the 2 people who super chatted today. Devilish, the man, the myth, the legend, and Jake Barge, equally the man, the myth, the legend. And thank you to all of our super chat members as well. All of you members, thank you so much. And until next time, everybody, I will see you tomorrow for part number 4. Thanks for watching, and take care.